Drive to Thrive. Maximize your earnings as an Uber and Lyft driver. If you're driving for Uber or Lyft, but feel like you're not making what you should, you're right, and I wrote the solution. My new ebook, Drive to Thrive, shows you exactly how to maximize your earnings, save time, and turn ride-sharing into a profitable business. Inside, you'll learn the best times and areas to drive, how to balance short and long trips, and proven strategies to make every ride count. Don't just drive aimlessly. Learn how to drive smarter and thrive. Win big. How I earned $70,000 in 3 months betting on boxing. Most people think sports betting is all about luck, but the truth is, it's about strategy. In my new ebook, Bet Smart, Win Big, I reveal the exact system I used to make $70,000 in just 3 months betting on boxing. You'll learn how I break down fighters, spot profitable matchups, and manage my bankroll so the wins stack up while avoiding the traps that cost other bettors thousands. If you're ready to stop guessing and start winning, grab your copy today. Both of my ebooks are now available on Amazon Kindle.
The title of this video is How 304's Are Made in College. Everyone think college is about education. It's more so about what happens outside of the classroom. Let's be honest, college is a business, a very well established business. Parents dropping their kids off. Some of these parents were very strict, very religious, overprotective. Now these women, are experiencing freedom for the very first time. For many women, this is their first time away from home. No parents equals no rules. This newfound independence and freedom and experimentation, parties, dating, risk-taking, etc. Freedom without guidance often leads to extreme behavior. That's just what it is. This is coming from someone who has worked in the college campus security field for about 10 plus years. I'm giving you the inside perspective from someone who has seen quite a few. In college, everyone wants to fit in. The fear of missing out is very real. You got dorm culture, friends groups, peer dynamics. A lot of those can pressure women into basically doing a lot of partying and make reckless decisions. Not to mention that we also live in a culture where in the mainstream media, 304 is promoted and celebrated. It's no longer something that's looked down upon. It's more so like women empowerment nowadays in 2025. If you look at music videos, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Stallion, etc. Now, being a 304, the mindset is already mainstream. These women are going into college. First of all, the restriction was only because of their parents were still around. Like there was a lot of things that they couldn't do. So you already know a lot of them are gonna go all out. One of the key areas where the 304 indoctrination starts is when they join sororities. These Greek organizations, they basically influence social life. There's exclusivity, you got initiations, and the reputation they carry. You got frat parties and sorority events where a lot of people push boundaries, sometimes just to belong. And with those groups, a lot of exclusive event takes place. Some of them you have to be invited. Okay, they're not open to the general public. They're not open to the general people on campus. They're exclusive events. In those events, all kinds of things takes place. You know, those initiations can involve anything. You got hazing that takes place. Now, a lot of these women are partaking on those things. I'm sure you guys have seen some movies which kind of highlights a little bit of that. A lot of those things that happens in these groups, lesbianism, that's where women start dabbling into bisexual activities as well. They start dabbling in those kind of things. Playing games like Truth or Dares, that's a common thing that takes those organizations. On the surface, they seem very harmless. They represent something genuine on the surface level. If you talk to most sorority members, they call them PNMSs, which stands for potential new members. If you talk to most of them, they're going to say its key elements are being part of a sisterhood, social bonding, philanthropy, charity, traditions, image, reputations. Sororities are highly image driven. Members are they expected to uphold a certain standard of looks, behavior, and social status. Reputation can be defined how other students see them, the party sorority, the academic sorority, etc. And they'll talk about networking and influence as well. So sororities help with career connections after college. Many leaders in business, media, and politics come from Greek life. What they don't tell you is about all the hoeing that takes place behind the scene. Most women in those sorority groups, and this is just the truth, by the time they make it to their second year, they're already full-blown 304's. The indoctrination starts almost immediately on the first year. We're talking just involving all kinds of risky behaviors, all kinds of raunchy things. When you go to college parties, I'm sure you guys been to some college parties, you've seen them. They always comes up in a group, they do the dances, the steps, etc. It's all cool and everything. But that's surface level. Under the surface, they fucking everybody in the college. The athletics, those guys like football players and hockey players, these guys are like celebrities. They're campus famous. Now, if you're talking about the big Ivy League schools, those guys are playing on TV and everything. They're like almost like NBA, NFL level famous, especially if they're really good. College athletics, they often enjoy status, visibility, and attention. That creates power and dynamics in dating. We already know women are very power driven. They like people that's popular, got money. In these guys' status, they don't have the money yet, but they definitely got the fame. They got the popularity. The guys that play sports in colleges, they're looked at as like celebrities. They get to have their pick of the litter of the women who they want to be with in college. Peer pressure, is very real. Let's be honest, women already weak-minded as it is, okay? So they're going into this situation. You got peer pressure added as well, and we're not making excuses for them. It's basically very easy. These guys, like I was saying before, they get to pick who they want. And one thing that I have noticed personally from my experience working in the college campus field as a security guard, guys, the kids that play sports, athletic built, very popular, they don't mind sharing. So the whole football team, the whole hockey team, baseball, they all running through these women. I'm talking in parties, in the dorms. This is something that it's a common recurrence. This is very common in college campuses. That's why you have a lot of STDs spreading around and whatnot. You got the party scene in college towns. They thrive on nightlife, bars, clubs, frat parties, campus events. These environments encourage hookups, binge drinking, and looser boundaries as well. And I can tell you guys this, my sister went to college, she didn't drink at all. Came out of college, became a full-blown, almost alcoholic. You got also social media amplifications. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, dating apps, they amplify image and reputation. Campus trends and cloud chasing. We're living in an era cloud chasing is normalized. It plays a role in how students present themselves. Lack of structure and stress. Without strict supervision combined with schoolwork stress, students often turn into parties and social escapes. Working at the dorms, I can tell you this, all right? You gotta sign in. If you have a visitor, you gotta sign in. Some colleges require that the visitor has an ID and you take their ID, you sign them in, because they want to know who's coming in and out. And I can tell you right now, as someone who work in the dorm rooms, guys be in and out of these women's dorm rooms. We're talking, some women share rooms with another student, with another homegirl, which they eventually become cool, but originally they were just like two people that just decided to share their rooms. Things are going down. These guys are swapping left and right. If you got a room that has like 2 women on there, the guy will come in there, he'll have sex with both of them. And they don't mind sharing. You know, you got ones that have single rooms, which they pay more money for. Guys are in and out. The ones that are old enough to go to the club, okay, 21, I used to see them. They used to bring guys in those dorm rooms every night. They would go out Friday night, Saturday night, sometimes even Sunday night. And every time they went out, I'll be signing in a different dude. Like sometimes it'll be like 2-3 dudes per night. So this is coming from the Daily Mail website. It says that young women are becoming more promiscuous with more sexual partners than men. Researchers have found by the age of 21, they have had sex with average of 9 lovers, 2 more than their male partners. It also states that since they lose their virginity, most women have slept with over 10 partners since they lost their virginity in a 5-year time span. It also states that young women are also twice as likely to be unfaithful, with 50% of them admitting they have cheated on a partner, half at least twice. Yet, if their man was caught being unfaithful, 99% of the 2,000 women which was reviewed for this survey said that they would show him to the door. We already know they're hypocrites. 32% of them stated that they were not in love with the person they lost their virginity to. They also state that it was not a factor as well. This is exactly why you'll be a fool as a man to have a girlfriend. You're in one state and she's in another state in college. Because I can assure you, all types of funny business is taking place. Now, I'm telling you, I worked in those college campuses. I seen what goes on in these college campuses. There's a sense of live for now. We're gonna try to make the best we can. You guys seen the video, Spring Break. Spring break is just only a small fraction of what takes place in college. By the time a woman nowadays is like 30 years old, they're gonna probably already been with at least 20 to 30 guys. The stats speaks for themselves. This generation, they don't really consider party just about having fun. It's a way to forget stress of tomorrow, uncertainty about the future. College isn't just about education. It's a social experiment where freedom, pressure, and culture collide. So the question is, does college prepare you for the real world, or does it just distract you from it? Some parents try to put their kids into what's called an all-girls school. Worst mistake ever. Because their mindset is like, that's going to prevent them from seeing guys and messing around. With social media, that could not be further from the truth. Also, we live in a world where it seems like almost like 95% of women are bisexual. Or if they're not bisexual, they have some kind of encounter with the opposite sex. Partake in some kind of physical relationship with the opposite sex. You're talking to any women, you ask them a question, have you ever been with a woman before? I guarantee you 99% of them is going to say yes, but yet they don't consider themselves bisexual. You go to the club, you see them around, you see them as a group dancing around, you see how they're grinding on each other. They are more interested in dancing with each other than dancing with men. That's why when these parents send their kids to these all-girls schools, it's a recipe for a disaster because all kinds of things is taking place. They are experimenting with women, drinking, all kinds of things. So I just wanted to touch on this topic real quick. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.